Next, Stapleford Town Council want to create warm spaces to keep people warm this winter. Nottinghamshire County Councillors rejected proposals for warm rooms in Nottinghamshire's public building and libraries last month, but town councillors say that these warm spaces would be a massive help for people. Councillor Richard MacRae from Stapleford Town Councillors said we should never have reached this point, but he wants to do what he can for people. And he joins me in the studio now. Richard, thank you so much for joining us. First of all, for people that might not know what warm rooms are, tell us a little bit more about them.
Yeah, I mean, firstly, it's sad that we have to do these things, and I think the government need to step in and do more, but that's an argument for the MP. So as town councillors, we've all come together, which is really nice, because I'd like to see it like that all the time. You know, we get more done when we work together, don't we? So we're going to be contacting local organisations, groups, churches and places that's got buildings throughout Stapleford to see what they're offering. So it could be encouraging them to do coffee mornings. You know, you could have game sessions, and if anyone wants to come and play Othello against me, bring it on, because my mum's the only person that's ever beat me at that, so that would be nice. But joking aside, we're looking to create these spaces where people come in and just keep warm. But it's more than keeping people warm, because there's social isolation's a thing as well. So we need to bring people together and, you know, show what a great and caring community we are.
And what was said about warm rooms in the debate last week?
Well, everybody supported it, and like I've said, it's one of those things. I've seen comments on social media, not everybody's for it, and people are saying we shouldn't have to have it, and I think we all agree we shouldn't have to have these things, but we do. So we need to do what we can as councillors. That's what we're there for, to help people, but we need to work with other groups and organisations. They've got the rooms, so they've probably got the space to do it. And if that's what we can do, you know, we're there to help, whether it's do we need to supply little bits of grant funding that we can do. We don't have a lot of money, but there's a possibility of that. But everything has to come to council, and it's, you know, agreed by all the councillors. And like I said earlier, it's nice everyone's coming together. We're going to see what groups are out there, see what they're offering, and if they're not offering anything, how can we help them to make it happen? And let's make Stapleford a better place than it already is.
Absolutely. Well, Council Leader Ben Bradley has said that the policy wouldn't be the best use of limited funds, but we were saying earlier, you know, it's not something you want to see happening. We shouldn't need it to happen, but that it will really help people, for example, in Stapleford. Yeah,
definitely. And the thing is, not everything has to cost a lot of money, does it? If places are already opening anyway, you know, it might be a case of signposting people. Like, we've got a great organisation in Stapleford called the Helpful Bureau, and they do loads of coffee mornings. They do stuff at St Helens Church Hall. Like today, they've fed between 50 and 60 people doing meals. They do bus trips and take people out. So it doesn't have to be something, you know, that one group's doing. It's loads together. So the Helpful Bureau, a cracking group. There's lots of other organisations out there, but they're already doing coffee mornings. They're already doing the meals, as I've said. They do trips and that. So we need to be helping and supporting what's already there. And if we can do that, it keeps them going. And that's what we've got to do, isn't it? So there might not be a lot as councillors we can do, but if we all come together, we can get more done, can't we? And we can do more. And let's look at what's already there and make it just better.
And I think I have to be honest, when I first heard about warm rooms, I kind of thought, well, that's a very depressing prospect of just, you know, a room where someone could go because they can't afford to heat their homes. But like you say, if it's a community, it's keeping people from being lonely in their own homes, or, you know, just the community element. Actually, maybe this could be something quite good.
Yeah, and every time I come on here, and thank you for inviting me on, I always say Stapleford's the centre of the earth, because it is. It's the best place ever, you know. And we have got some good stuff out there. I've mentioned the Helpful Bureau earlier. I feel bad for not mentioning everyone else. There's lots of other groups and organisations out there, but they're already doing stuff, and that's what we're saying. We need to collate all this together, see what's happening, and then we can help people get to these places. You know, if the county council want to give a bit more money to the Helpful Bureau to help them with they've got a minibus they drive around in. They need some more funding for things like that. So it's just little things, isn't it? We can campaign for things like that as councillors. And then when people are in these rooms, it's everything else that comes. Some people need help with getting online, because not everybody's got access to the internet. Yeah. So if we can find places that's got Wi-Fi, and then we can get the computers on and get them going, we can help people fill forms in and stuff. And that's not old folk that can't use computers, because like my mum and lots of others, they're absolutely brilliant on them. So perhaps they can help the youngsters. And if you bring in different generations together, I also run a community group, and our strapline is bringing unity to the community. And if that's what we can do, bringing everyone together and uniting everybody, you know, even me in the room just talking is going to warm it up, isn't it? So let's get everybody there, you know, working together, doing good stuff. And if everybody, I said this in a meeting the other day, if everybody's just a little bit nicer to each other, and we work together and we do stuff, you know, bring the community together, and that it's a win-win for everybody, isn't it?
And I'm guessing as we head into winter and there's more warm room availability, and you know what's going to be happening, whether it's a coffee morning or a games evening or something like that, people would, I would guess, go onto their local council website?
Yeah, I mean, once we know what's happening, I'm sure, like I say, I can't speak for the council. I can only say what I think, but I would like to see the council, you know, we've got a brand new website, so have a look, Stapleford Town Council, Google that, it'll come up. We can promote things on there. I run a community group. There's other groups and organisations throughout the town, and we can all promote what's happening. But I think also we need to do leaflets and stuff, because you don't want to be missing those that's not on the internet. You've got to try and get to everybody. So the magazines that's out there, the newspapers and that, obviously being on here talking to you guys, if we can all promote what's happening and get everyone huddled up together, you know, then it's a win-win, isn't it?
Absolutely. Richard MacRae, thank you very much for joining us. Next, it's Black History.